watch that right front fender damage. He didn't need this to happen.
That guitar.
So Joey Logano. Oh, the big crash along the front straightaway, including Stenhouse in 62 of Brendan Gaughan, the 15 of Michael Annett. So the caution comes out again.
Oh, no.
It'll be our 10th.
Man, look at all the damage you got right here. This car's been upside down. This is Joe Nimitz.
Take a look, boy.
Holy cow.
He was
Joe's
upside
car,
down.
Yeah, that car definitely, whenever you can see the roof flaps, take a look. Here we go.
Okay, he's looking inside of Michael Annett, and this wreck happens in front of them.
There is the 16. He's already turned around. That all happened in front.
Now, where's Joe Nimitz at?
Oh, right there.
Gosh.
Who got in? And it was the 16 with a Stenhouse.
Wow. I mean, that was late exit.
Tony's okay, but he's holding his right arm and his shoulder, rubbing it. He's grimacing as he gets out of that car, and he didn't jump right out either. So
this is something I don't think anybody saw coming. The reigning series champion, Tony Stewart, in 2006, looked to go back-to-back, and he had the speed to do it. Seemed like every week he had a car that can contend for wins. So he raced the Busch Series race for extra practice for the Cup Series race, but that decision would have cost him a championship. Tony Stewart would get into a massive accident coming off turn number 4 and end up breaking his shoulder blade. This would essentially knock Stewart out for 2 races, and he even wrecked the following day in the Cup Series race, and it didn't make it even better. Tony Stewart would unfortunately miss the playoffs and contend for another championship because he had so many misfortune events after this. Slow cars and having to sit out at Dover didn't help.
Casey,
he may have enough there. He may have enough. Whoa, there goes. And Edwards around. Caution is out. Daniel Quinn has gone around. Matt Kenseth sneaks through.
Battling hard for the win, Carl Edwards and Casey Mears were side by side at Charlotte. Coming off of turn number 4, Edwards and Mears tangled, and they both went hard into the wall, ending both of their nights at a shot at the victory.
And what's Jimmy Johnson do here? He goes to that high side. Carl Edwards is going to go to the bottom. There we go. Oh, drove right by him with the car stick. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. He's in the wall. Here comes Jimmy.
We're back inside now.
Oh, wow.
Carl Edwards trying to hang on. Here comes Jimmy Johnson down, and Johnson will take the win.
Woo! How good is that?
Keeping the train on Carl Edwards is a driver that everybody expects to do amazing things. He may have not won a championship in his career in NASCAR, but he sure did have some of the most amazing moments in NASCAR, just like this one.
4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Johnson to the wall with the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was
And it ends in flames and sparks.
our front row sitter up here. He's got a torn up race car, Mark 78 car.
Time to qualify for his pilot's license right here.
2 by 2. Middle's open. We're upside down. Nothing else is going to hit you. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Nothing else is going to hit you. You're not hitting anything. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Finish the race. Start finishes at your pit box. Start finishes at your pit box. One more, a little bit more. Get your transponder back.
Clint Bowyer may not have the resume that he wanted in his tenure at NASCAR. He picked up a lot of wins, but no championships and no marquee events. But I will say one thing about Clint Bowyer. He was spectacular, in any fashion of that matter. Racing, off the track, and even crashing. Clint Bowyer has wrecked in the most wildest ways, and in 2014, he did one of the most bizarre wrecks we've ever seen, and it wasn't even for a points race. It was in the Daytona duels when he got spun out coming to the line to finish the race. He barrel rolled through the air like he's a stunt man. It was wild.
Bill, spotter tells the crew coming to you just as fast as you can blink your eye.
Oh, and he loses the wheel. Wow. Or loses the tire.
And he just missed clobbering the end of that wall. That's going to be a caution. That's actually good luck for him. Long way to go, though, to get to his pit stall, the #1 stall, all the way at the end of pit road. Kurt Busch's chance to win this championship almost came to a smashing end against the end of pit wall. Watch how close he gets to the entrance of pit wall here. Wheel lead right here.
What was it? A foot? No more than a foot.
Trying to win a championship, you predict how things could go wrong. You predict that you may crash, you may blow an engine, but you do not predict your right front tire falling off and you narrowly missing pit road. Well, that happened to Kurt Busch as his right front tire fell off during the final race of the 2004 season that he ultimately took home the championship.
Oh, big wreck. Huge contact.
48 is involved. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now up and over goes the 27. So Jeff Burton sliding on top.
Unexpected winners come in NASCAR from time to time, but none will be more unexpected than Shane Van Gisbergen's at Chicagoland. Shane Van Gisbergen's first ever NASCAR race, he ended up winning, and it was remarkable.
He has navigated the streets of Chicago to perfection. The final time onto the front stretch. He comes to the checkered flag. He's won the very first street race in NASCAR.
That's excellent. Thank you, guys.
Another hood flap flies off. Oh, around goes the 18. The 42 collects the 17 as well. The 62 upside down. Brendan Gaughan upside down as he went back in front of the pack.
We're wrecked here, guys.
And the big one happens right at the front of the field.
That was crazy. Brendan Gaughan. See Kurt pushing Kyle. And just hooked him. And look at Brendan Gaughan. Just flipped right over. It's like the nose of that Chevrolet just can't quite push him straight. It just can't do it.
Yeah, the 17 goes up to side draft. I don't think that affects the 18. It's the one just pushing his brother. It peels the 18 off to the right. It looks a lot like the 24 accident. Look at the 62, a full flip.
Brendan Gaughan has some of the biggest personality that NASCAR has ever seen. Though his career may not be defined in wins and stats, it will be defined as some wild moments, just like this one.
Making a move on his teammate.
They catch the 12 and the 2 into the wall.
Hard hits.
Penske drivers.
Roll here, we hit pretty hard, guys.
You saw the 2 go up the racetrack, catch the 12, both of them into the wall coming off a 2.
Now he's on that flat surface. Left side's on that yellow line, loses it, gets up the racetrack, gets into Blaney. Big hit.
Battling hard for the lead on lap 96 of the Michigan race, saw two teammates Brad Keselowski and Ryan Blaney collect each other and ending both of their days early. This was during the 2020 season when COVID happened. No fans were in attendance, but this was still one of the most wildest moments of the season. To see two drivers going so hard so early on, nobody could have seen this coming.
Something going on the hillside hospitality area overlooking turn 1, and you see the drivers racing through that smoke. It doesn't have anything to do with what's going on the racetrack. Let's see if we can find out exactly what it is here in a minute.
Well, that's got to be unsettling for the drivers to drive through that, dude.
I promise you, at 190 miles an hour entering that corner, already treacherous conditions to start with. Somebody telling you everything's okay. Caution's out.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
And it is for the smoke, and just that, not having the drivers racing through that reduced visibility. There is a fire truck that has arrived on scene, and I'm sure they'll have that quickly extinguished.
It puts another car on the lead lap.
Yep. David Gilliland gets the free pass, second of his laps that he needed to make up. Got them both. So the 8th caution flag of the race. And that one's a little different. That one is a little different. Pit road not open yet because the pace car is still having to collect the field.
He's actually sitting on the backstretch. He didn't quite get out there, and Harvey didn't get slowed down enough, so he'll have to wait till this next time to catch up.
Hate it when that happens.
Harvey's car's so fast out front, he can't even get slowed down.
Pace car can't even catch him, huh? You know, if we want to, we could have some fun with Brett about that. Brett Bodine driving the pace car for NASCAR.
Have to get up on the wheel.
When leading the race in 2013, Kevin Harvick was told the caution flag was out because of smoke in turn number 1. That smoke was because of a fire sitting outside of turn number 1, outside the fence, but in between the fans. I'm not sure what happened here. I would assume a cigarette got lit or something very stupid caused this fire. But nonetheless, NASCAR had to throw the caution flag because the visibility for drivers and spotters, who are very important from race to race, were getting extremely hard to see in turns number 1. This fire would burst into flames even bigger in that caution time period, but thankfully NASCAR was able to get some safety crews out and put out the fire.
Just a little bit too much.
Look at the smoke rolling out of the 51 of Kyle Busch. Power steering again. Now they had problems with power steering in practice, and it looks as though they're going to have the same problem now. Unbelievable turn of events for Kyle Busch.
Got caution. It smells like anyway.
Caution's out.
We're going to have to come. We're going to have to pop the hood. You're going to have to look at everything.
They're black flagging Kyle Busch.
Huh. I guess the caution isn't out. I thought I saw the lights flicker.
We heard Kyle say we're going to have to come. You're going to have to open the hood and look at everything.
Kyle is getting the cautions out.
There's the caution. Kyle was looking forward. And this could be obviously for fuel or fluid on the racetrack. They might be checking to see if there's anything on the track.
But a huge break for Kyle because he is going to have to come down pit road. They're going to have to look at that truck. You see Richie Waters right there as crew chief. They had a power steering problem yesterday. Ray was talking about. Obviously, Kyle feels as though it's got the same situation right now.
NASCAR told him 2 laps ago, you need to get that truck on the apron.
When your brain tells you we've had power steering trouble before, it's got to be power steering again. But in this case, he's backing down pit road, which is not the best decision, I don't think.
Especially with all the lap down trucks coming down.
Ooh! Wow, very close for Justin Marks.
That was a good move by Justin. He had to get in his box.
Kyle Busch continuing to try to get to the opening, which he needs to go a couple more spots back to get to that opening. Now he'll go forward and right through the opening up into the garage area.
I was going to be surprised if they could have kept having the same problem over and over
again.
And they've decided it's a transmission leak or issue that they have.
Something you don't see nowadays often in NASCAR are engines that blow up, especially when you're the race leader. In 2009, in the Truck Series race at Dover, Kyle Busch, who's the king of the Truck Series, was driving his heart out as always. And as the race went on, Kyle Busch's engine started to smoke and smoke more. NASCAR ended up black flagging Busch, and it was just in time for Kyle Busch's engine to go up in smoke. Busch should be black flagged for putting oil all over the racetrack and basically bringing out the caution because he was not pitting. This whole situation was even more controversial when he decided to back up across pit road when the lap trucks were pitting. This is something that probably would get a driver fined or even suspended if NASCAR really thought it was bad nowadays. But for Busch, this is ultimately how his day would end in the Truck Series race at Dover.
Oh, jeez. Is that the 92?
That is a big hit.
I think that's the 92. He was... Oh, man.
Yellow's out.
It better be. Is the window net down? He's moving. Whoa, something broke. Something broke in the car. Oh, my God. Something broke in the car. Man. We got to get him. We got to talk to him, find out what the heck happened there. Yep.
Yeah, you got to show that in real time because, yeah.
And let's
just flies the sand trap.
And we'll stay quiet for the impact.
Yeah, we'll play it a couple of times because. Well, coming to turn 1, don't forget, he had just stopped. Watch this car move right here. Something breaks on that car. He just clears the trap. Oh. And
contact with the Armco, and watch as Jimmy climbs out of the car and says, yeah, guys, I'm okay. 24-year-old Lion from Mooresville now, formerly from California, and he's, boy, that's amazing that he is not injured. Speaks a lot of the integrity.
The unique thing about this is that is the gas man. He's allowed to normally be over 3 pit boxes away if he's gassing the car, but look at him. He has no gas can in his hand. They do that for safety. They don't want him holding a 100-pound gas can trying to jump over instantly. So the fact that he was on the ground more than 1 box away was a penalty in this situation. He really didn't even have a...
This rule still blows my mind. I understand why it's there, why it's enforced, but sometimes I just feel that NASCAR likes to hand out penalties just because. This gas can man trying to pit Kyle Busch's car was actually not going to pit Kyle Busch's car. He was just sitting on the pit wall watching his car come in to take a 4-tire pit stop. But as he was sitting on the wall, NASCAR deemed that as over the wall too soon, because when Kyle Busch was more than 3 pit stalls away, his feet were still touching the racetrack. This would result in a penalty for Busch and ultimately cost him the victory at Chicago in 2017.
Looks like there's some contact.
Oh, the 24 of Byron.
Remember what happened off of turn 2.
Well, needless to say, Chris Gaughan is livid down here. They're trying to get their position back. Denny Hamlin, even more mad than Chris Gaughan. Listen.
I don't know. I haven't seen a replay of it, but good grief. If he's mad about what happened off of 2, you got tight underneath of him, lifted on.
All right, so Denny Hamlin clearly is upset. This has been going on all the way down the back straightaway, banging into each other. Denny is not happy.
Well, now he has to be careful because he knows that all eyes are on him.
Nobody really expected young William Byron to get upset at Texas, but it happened. In 2022, William Byron and Denny Hamlin got off of the turns together and made some contact. Under caution, Byron was furious with Hamlin and intentionally spun Hamlin out. Byron was actually even penalized playoff points and fined money for this accident, for intentionally wrecking somebody under caution. That is highly disregarded in NASCAR. But Byron was able to appeal his penalty and somehow won.
He thought he had, let's see who it was he thought he had cleared. He's going to cut down here in front of somebody.
Marcos Ambrose, his teammate.
Goodness gracious, his teammate.
That old big blue wall was coming up in a hurry, though, wasn't it?
But now, see how he backed off? He's sliding. He's headed for the wall. He backs off the brakes. Got a little high. Here he is right back in here. Gets a little high coming through here. Gets a little close to the outside wall.
Just came around on him.
Goodbye. Right through Mikey. Look at it. Same tracks Mikey took.
And then it's like, no, I don't want to go that way.
You know how fast he was going through there? 190 mile an hour.
Let's keep talking about Kurt Busch, shall we? He has some amazing car control, and so does Michael Waltrip. Michael Waltrip and Kurt Busch would both spin heading to the inside wall at Talladega in 2009. Thankfully, they would both be able to miss the wall and miss making massive damage to their race cars, as both spins were almost identical. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also, if you've liked this video, I'm pretty sure these videos will catch your eye also.